beautiful and amazing human beings to Anarchapulco. Wow, there's so many of you here, and it's amazing to see, but it's kind of more incredible to see Jeff doing really well and actually conscious and healthy and being the best version of himself. I'm going to do something different in this talk. I'm going to share some personal stories and some lessons I learned throughout this crazy journey that we call life. But I think this would be a good way to tell you how I first interacted with Mr. Jeff Berwick. I met Jeff a couple years ago in Chile. Ben Swan was there, Ernie Hancock was there, we were at some conference, and I had no clue who Jeff was. But this weird man with already 15 drinks in him, puffing on a cigarette, just walked up to me, made dead eye contact, and he wouldn't stop looking me in the eyes. And he's there, he's like, you're crazy. But I'm crazier. And I'm like, I don't know who you are, man, but nice to meet you too. Hi, I'm Luke. I don't know what you want from me. And he was like, we're gonna be friends. We're gonna hang out. I'm like, who is this weird dude? Like, I don't even know him. He's like, it's gonna be crazy though. There's gonna be blood. We're gonna be fighting cops. There's going to be chaos. Are you sure you want to be my friend? I was like, yeah, man. I'm friends with everyone. Like, I don't know what you want from me, strange man. He's like, are you sure? Yeah, man. Whatever. We went out that night. A lot of craziness happened. Smoking in places he's not supposed to be smoking in. Almost got into a couple of fist fights, which I had to intervene. Cops were involved a number of times, trying to stop Jeff from doing something illegal, where he just literally went off and was like, screamed at them and called them puta, pendejo, maricones, and started squabbling off like a little turkey at them, and the police ran away, and he just kept doing his illegal activities that he was doing. And I'm like, who the hell is this man? It was 6 o'clock in the morning. There was another guy with us. We still haven't found him. You guys are laughing. That's not a joke. And we've been best friends ever since. And we've only been through crazier and more insane situations. And he was 100% right with everything he promised me. There's even the time where we snuck him into the Bilderberg meeting, where we were able to somehow, with verbal jujitsu skills, get past the police, the state police, the national police, the military, the intelligence agencies, and sneak into Bilderberg, where the hotel was on lockdown, and on coincidence, the White House press corps was there. We luckily got in there because we somehow finagled G7 press credentials when we didn't even register or go through the 6-month kind of validation process that you needed to get those press credentials. They thought we were part of the White House press corps. We're inside the Bilderberg Hotel on lockdown. We're in the cigar room, smoking and drinking with the mainline news anchors that you see on TV every single day. The entire row of all those prostitutes and horse-stream media types. And we're talking to him. Dan Dix was there. Where's Dan? Is Dan here? Yeah, Dan's right there. Dan Dix was there, so he could validate everything that I'm saying. A lot of these stories, I don't even believe myself that happened. I go to Dan sometimes. I'm like, Dan, did that really happen? He's like, yep, yeah, it did. We're talking to these White House press guys, and we're telling them, like, you know about the Bilderberg meeting? Do you know about these elites, these banksters, these technocrats, these corporatists who are coming here in secret with no mention of you guys getting away with all their horrible deeds, mainly because you're not doing your job? And then we had a very good conversation, very good exchange. There's a lot of scotch. To the point where they start breaking down to us. They're like, yeah, we do what we're told. I have a mortgage, I have a family. We respect you guys. You guys are really doing it. And you guys are facing a lot of adversities, and we can't take those risks. And then out of nowhere, Jeff stumbles up, you motherfucker, I'm gonna fuck you up, you bitch! Ah, I fucking hate you! Right, Dan? Out of nowhere, out of the blue. Or like, literally had to pick Jeff up. I'm like, Jeff, sit down. He's like, okay. He sits back down. We keep having the conversations. And it was a very telling moment out of many crazy stories that me, Jeff, Dan, and a lot of people here in this room shared that are just truly insane with what we've been able to get away with. But I think what Jeff said here earlier, and I think the general consensus of this kind of entire conference is that you really do have to change yourself to change the world. And I think Jeff is a very excellent example of that with the success that he's having, especially with this conference, with so many people out here, and all the incredible things that he's been able to do. But it's not just us sometimes. I think it's important to understand the obstacles that we face when we're in this movement, when we're in this trajectory, when we're doing radical things like trying to spread freedom and awareness about issues and things that actually really do matter, and living in a peaceful, coherent, loving world. And those obstacles I want to mention in this talk, because I believe we are truly living in a time where the odds are stacked up against us more than ever, with people being enslaved, going to school, getting into debt, working a horrible corporate job, treating each other horribly, and then they look back at their lives when they're 40 or 60 years later down the line, and all they have is that they served some oligarchs and their dreams are squashed. And at the same time, at this very moment that we're living in right now, we also have more opportunities and abundance than we ever had to reach our fullest potential. So there's been a lot of obstacles in my personal path, in my personal career with what I've been doing. There's been jail, been jailed a couple of times. There's been harassment, intimidation, physical abuse, got jumped a couple of times, threats, family threats, and the whole 9 yards. But now we're kind of getting hit harder than ever in a different way, in a kind of soft censorship way. I was talking to Josh Sigerson of World Alternative Media. Is he here? Where is he at? Okay, he's not here. Whatever. And he told me that he was making more money on his YouTube channel when he had 5,000 YouTube subscribers, compared to now, where he has 50,000 YouTube subscribers. I started working with Josh, we started making videos, I gave him access to my channel. I'm not really a numbers guy or business or money guy, so I don't really look at the numbers, but he came to me and he was like, Luke, you have 500,000 YouTube subscribers, and I make more money than you right now. So, and the obstacles just keep coming, whether personal or business-wise. CNN, just a week and a half ago, when we were doing a live stream on our YouTube channel, decided to say that we were taking their footage. We would never use their propaganda footage, but they made a claim against our YouTube channel, and they took away our ability to go live, which, again, was a major source of income for us, with super chats, with being able to cover events as they unfold. And YouTube and CNN are now holding that strike against our channel, not allowing us to go live for what potentially may be the next coming months, which hurts us incredibly on the platform that we invested in and put everything in. There's the technocrats, there's the monopolies, there's Facebook, there's Twitter, there's Google. There's really an issue here that needs to be addressed, and I think should be addressed inside of this community, because these people, I believe, they are becoming the new robber barons. They are becoming the new Rockefellers, the new Rothschilds. They are literally rewriting the social structure of how we live our lives. In this moment in time, we have record numbers of depression, record lows in empathy. Social media has been conditioning us and has been catered to take us down, to make us needy, good consumers. And they use that with psychological tricks. They use that by making you feel empty, by making you feel worthless, like you're missing something, like you're supposed to attain to this social structure of what they perceive as right. They ultimately are conditioning us to be good consumers. And it's really scary what's happening right now, especially with their development of artificial intelligence and quantum computing. This is an issue with the corporatocracy that needs to be addressed in our community, because if it's not, it will soon eviscerate all of us. And they're already doing it. I mean, look what's happening to people like Ben Swan on Facebook. Look what's happening to any alternative media. Anyone questioning the status quo using their platform. They were good. They acted like drug dealers. Drug dealers always give you a hit of crack, and then they're like, okay, we're going to give you the full dose once you get hooked on it. That's how YouTube started. That's how Google videos started. That's how Loose Change became as popular as it did, mainly because it was free, it was open. The number one voted, the number one viewed, the number one commented video was always there for you to see. But now they cater your social media, they cater your timeline, they cater your news feeds for what they want you to see, and also, most importantly, how they want you to feel. So this is a danger that if we don't address, will eviscerate all of our means of communications. And really, it's daunting. It's troublesome seeing the potential of them eliminating our voices, and they're doing it right now as we're speaking. But I don't care, because it's not going to take down Dan Dix. It's not going to take out Josh. It's not going to take off Jeff Berwick. It's not going to take out Danny Sessions. It's not going to take off any of us. And it sure as hell will never, ever take me down or stop me from doing what I'm doing. Do you know why? I actually really don't know why, but it begins with a good mind frame. It begins with your beliefs, because ultimately, it's the state that you're in that determines your future. Your ideas create your own reality and create consciousness. A good mind frame, having no excuses, applying this kind of belief will make you unstoppable. And I want to give you some of the things that I've learned, because I really believe, truly, if we have the right knowledge, there's no excuse to reach your fullest potential. And we're living in a world full of abundance, but it is being hidden away from you. And it's conferences like this, it's communicating with one of you, it's Steam It, it's you guys going to the actual website, it's you guys subscribing, it's you guys caring that is continuing on the message. There should be no excuses for you not to live your fullest potential. A lot of people use excuses. A lot of people say they're poor. Well, if you're poor and you don't have much money, hack it, figure it out. Go to the public library and start mining altcoins for your personal account. If you want to travel the world, right, and you say, oh, I have an apartment, I can't really stay in an apartment, Airbnb your apartment. If you have a car, use Turo. People make all these excuses for not doing what they want. And you really have to stop it, because all the resources and tools are right in front of us to do whatever the hell you want, when you want. If travel's expensive, freaking flyer mile hack like I do. There's entire websites and entire industries that teach you how to travel the world for free, which I've been tapping into and using and utilizing for all of my reporting, for everything that I do. And in reality, if you have the kind of good energy, if you kind of have that good mind frame, there's really nothing that the universe won't provide you. I know it sounds like some hippy-dippy bull crap, but it's true. I can't tell you when I had personal experiences, also with Dan and Jeff, where me and Dan were broke. Jeff wasn't broke, but me and Dan were broke. We were doing this on a shoestring budget. We're like, screw it, let's just go to the G7. We go to the G7, and It was held in a small town called Garnisch in Germany. No hostels, so you can't really stay anywhere cheap. All the hotels were predominantly sold out, or the ones that weren't were $1,000, $2,000. I meet up with Dan and Jeff and we sit down, and Jeff's like, that's even too expensive for me, I'm not doing that. There's no rooms available anyway, like what are we gonna do? The sun's going down, Dan and Jeff are talking, they're like, how are we gonna figure this out? I'm just like, changing the subject, I'm like, I just believed in it. I'm like, just whatever, we'll figure this out. If we have to sleep on the streets, we'll sleep on the streets. We'll make it work. We're here to do our work. We're here to follow our path. We're here to cover the news that the mainstream media never covers. We're living our purpose. Everything's gonna be fine. We're sitting there, smoking and drinking, and then a guy walks up. Just a random guy, and he's like, I'm like, I'm so sorry for interrupting. Are you Mr. Luke Rudkowski from We Are Changed? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, come sit down. We had a drink with him. We were talking with him, and then out of nowhere, I think Dan asked him, like, what do you do? He's like, I'm the manager of this hotel. Like, can I give you guys anything? Do you guys need anything? And these moments, this is just one moment out of amazing synchronistic moments that happen all the time. And it's all about just believing in your purpose and your mission that gets you there, and the universe will provide you. With my confrontations with Henry Kissinger, I can't tell you the amount of synchronicity and magic that happens when me and him are in the same town, because it's unbelievable. As a journalist, a member of the press, which everyone could be, I saw that Henry Kissinger was doing an event in New York City. I went through the official pathways. I sent out an email saying, this is Rudkowski. I want to confront the evil, warmongering, scumbag, technocratic asshole, Bilderberger, secret society. No, I didn't say that. I was like, I'm Rudkowski. I'm a journalist. I wish to cover your event under my news organization. They called me back personally. They didn't email me back. They called me back, caught me off guard. And then they're like, are you crazy? Like, we just did one Google search and you're chasing him down the street and cursing him. No. You're not allowed in the venue. We don't want to see you. Please do not show up. We will arrest you as soon as you show up. And I'm like, normally people would be like, oh man, like, I can't be a journalist. I'm not gonna go. I got disinvited. I don't work that way. I literally got my $2 suit from the Salvation Army. It's definitely not as nice as Ben's or Jeff's, but I got it on. I walked into the venue. The security guard just looked at me, and I looked at him, and I just walked right past him. I had an old press credential from a previous event that I covered that had the name Huffington Post on it. And it was just an event that the Huffington Post was holding. But I had this press credential and other press credentials with all these news organizations on my lapel. And I'm walking in. Security guard didn't care. Everyone's having this little black tie gala, waiting to, have Kissinger get on stage and talk to them how great of a human being he is. As I'm walking around, this guy just walks up to me. He's like, oh, you're from the Huffington Post. And I'm like, come here. Kissinger's finishing up his interviews. You could get him. Come right here. I'm like, okay. Literally takes me backstage, brings me backstage. Kissinger's finishing up an interview. He's like, oh, Mr. Kissinger, you have to talk to Mr. Luke here. He's from the Huffington Post. And I'm like, let's go. And then bam, Kissinger, let's talk about you being a war criminal and a horrible human being. Bam, all eruption of rose. He goes crazy. He starts panicking, starts projecting, calling me a horrible human being, freaking out. And I'm like, dude, it was a more elaborative question, but you guys kind of get the gist of it. Because really, like, your kind of energy, your kind of persistence, your kind of frequency, your beliefs, your understanding of like nothing will ever stop me will. And it sounds so cliche, but it's true. And if you do it from a place of purpose, if the universe will give it to you. If you do it from a place of love and a place of gratitude, it will provide very easily. And I'm very grateful. I count my blessings every single day. I literally have a gratitude journal that I write 5 things I'm grateful for every single day, because I'm like, oh, thank you for still being alive. Mainly because of hanging out with Jeff and how crazy he was before. Trust me, if you hang out with Jeff, if you knew Jeff in the past, like, there's a lot of people who don't stick around him. The people who do, Dan, you know all the crazy stories, and we're both lucky to be alive in many different ways. So I'm very grateful. I can't thank you guys enough. I want to thank the guy who gave me a $100 bill yesterday. I want to thank the guy who gave me a coffee gift card, a coffee shop gift card. I want to thank everyone who's coming up to me and thanking me for all the work I do. But it's a burden sometimes, because it's like, whew, fuck, I'm going to have to do more crazy stuff now. But I accepted that burden, and I'm going to step up to that plate. And I really had a bad year last year, but I'm coming out of it, and I just know deep down in my heart that even with all the obstacles we're facing, that the potential of fully doing the most amazing, incredible, impossible things are right within our fingertips. We're going to be doing a similar kind of crypto proposal that Ben did, but with more crazier ideas. I'm doing a workshop here that I'm going to be teaching all my life hacks, my travel hacks, my gratitude hacks, my hippy-dippy bull crap. That rubbed off on Jeff a little bit. I'm going to be teaching all of that during a workshop. But really, if I could leave you with anything, is it sounds stupid, it sounds so cliche, but believe in that magical gratitude of love and synchronicity. And if you open up yourself to that energy, to that vibe, the universe will provide. Be free, and do not be a debt slave. I love you guys. Thank you guys.
Luke Rudkowski.
Questions? Yeah, sure.
Questions? And we have anyone there? I have a question. Please come on over here.
Hi, my name is Steffen Sølling from Denmark. I work with Bitcoin and now Bitcoin Cash. And I heard what you said about your travels with YouTube. And I think you should look into a project based on Bitcoin Cash. It's called yours.org. It's a platform trying to become a new media platform with built-in payment support. Bitcoin Cash, of course, the only working cryptocurrency, the best.
How much are you being paid to say that?
Nothing. I mean it.
No, cryptocurrencies are the future. They're amazing. Steemit has literally saved my butt countless of times. I love the cryptoverse. I'm going to be involved in it in a more direct way, especially with our cryptocurrency proposal. So expect really big, crazy, insane things and ideas that I'm kind of weary of even putting forward, but we're putting forward, and I'm going to do this because I believe in this. And cryptocurrencies are going to be a major proponent in what we're going to accomplish. Yep.
Hey Luke, great talk. My name's Brent, been following you for years, so it's awesome to finally see you in person. I guess this guy kind of stole my question, or what you were talking about. Do you mind sharing a little bit more about when you got into cryptocurrency and how involved you are, and which ones you like the most? Maybe your top 3 or top 5.
And for those of you that are having conversations, we appreciate you. Please continue those outside so that way those that want to hear will be able to. Luke, go ahead.
Max Kaiser was telling me about cryptocurrencies when they were still like under $1. And I was like, shut up, Mike. Shut up, Max. I don't got time for this. I got to fight the globalists. I'm into this nerdy, techie stuff. And then slowly, surely, with people like Jeff, they slowly introduced me to it. So I've been involved in it in many different ways, mining it, trading it. I dabble, I play around with it, but it's been just an incredible kind of safety net, knowing that, like, if something happens, like, we'll be okay. No more sleeping on the streets like I used to. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, what's up, Luke? I wanted to just give you a chance to talk about like the decentralization of We Are Change and to empower all these people to whatever it is, to be the change. And just like that foundation that We Are Change has been built upon has empowered me to be who I am and many others to step in. So just if you could talk about that decentralization.
That's Bruce of We Are Change Colorado, by the way. He's awesome. I love him. I hate bosses. I hate authority. I hate people telling other people what to do. So We Are Change is mainly an idea, and it sprung to over 270 chapters all over the world, and it was unorganized chaos. Other people were doing different things that I had no idea of. The main way We Are Change chapters grew was, I remember confronting Zbigniew Brzezinski, David Rockefeller, and Rudolph Giuliani, and making the mainstream media news. I mean, we were on Fox, CNN, MSNBC. Who are these radical rabble-rousers taking over press conferences and pissing off these astute politicians? Who the hell do these people think they are? And then we just doubled down and started producing content, working our butt off. I was still in college at the time when I was doing all of this. So I'm literally sitting in one of my classes, and then I get a text message being like, who the F is We Are Change Ohio? They just confronted Bill Clinton on national news and confronted him about the Bohemian Grove. And I'm like, I don't fucking know. And then next day it's We Are Change Seattle, confronted one of the Pentagon people on Dick Cheney in the bunker during 9/11, also just made huge national news. And I'm like, who are these people? I never even contacted them. I never even asked them to do anything. People naturally just took it and just ran with it. Totally decentralized, totally free, and totally organically, which was just amazing and beautiful to see and very humbling. At first, I gotta admit, I'm like, who the fuck are these people who represented me? And then I'm like, fuck it, this is nice, this is awesome, this is incredible. So it just spurred out and grew everywhere. And Bruce just took charge, didn't even call me, didn't even email me, didn't even let me know. He was just like, screw it, We Are Change Colorado, here it is. I'm like, all right, that sounds cool.
Very good. Hold on just a second. We have our next question. Is Clive DeCarl in the audience? Clive DeCarl around here, please head backstage in the green room. We had someone, Avi wants to talk with you for a moment. Thank you. Go ahead.
My name is Miro. I come from Germany, and I started a YouTube channel 3 years ago. I have been active as an activist for the Vitals of Peace, and we met in Berlin, and I think you don't remember, but the question that I have from the situation right now in Germany and all over Europe, it is really hard for independent media to produce their content. We have a mainstream journalist who moved out from Germany to the Philippines because he cannot speak openly about his topics, his issues. On a daily basis, we have attacks from Antifa towards women and children also, and elderly. So what advice can you give as alternative media to people who have been attacked all over the place?
Yeah, I know a little bit about being attacked by Antifa. The barrier for entry is harder than ever. Getting your messages across social media is harder than ever. Reaching new people is virtually almost impossible. But the one thing that keeps me going is all the beautiful and amazing human beings here who share your content and do real life stuff. So transferring, still doing the kind of SEO, still doing the things that work is good, but also making it more underground. Talking to more people, establishing more clubs, establishing more groups, reaching out to other organizations, collaborating together. It's more important than ever right now because we can't all be little ships because we're gonna sink, and a lot of us are sinking. A lot of us are being obliterated. If it wasn't for Steam It, I would not be here. It would be impossible. I would still probably be hitchhiking down here, not be able to fly down here. So it's like, put your head down, work your ass off, and build real networks with real people like we are here today.
Yeah, and also I want to say hello from Max. He said to me that I should.
Awesome. He's an awesome person. He got beat up with me with Antifa in Germany. Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Hey Luke, this is Jordan. So one thing you've talked about is travel hacks and stuff like that, but I think the thing that I see in your videos and that you really kind of exert is this, how would you say, a great energy. And that seems to be the thing that keeps on you going, but also things that keep coming to you because of that. Can you describe what it's like to be in that flow state and how to get into it?
Ooh, that's a really good question. When I first met Jeff, he was definitely not in a flow state. We worked with each other. He worked with other people. He was able to get there. And I found myself last year in a really down, horrible state because of bad personal decisions that I made and the people I had around me. Because Jeff was there, Jeff helped me. Jeff was actually able to like talk to me one-on-one, guide me through different things, provide me different therapies, and bring me up when I was down. So it's having a good network of friends. You are pretty much the product of the 5 closest people you hang around with. Hang around with really good, happy, positive people, and they will inspire you. And if you see someone who's down, if you see a weird guy in a suit walk up to you a couple of years in Mexico, in Chile, and telling you there's going to be blood, be nice to him, help him out, smile. There's little life hacks, be a part of his adventure. Be willing to stand up for him. Make sure he doesn't get beat up or arrested. Help each other out. It's that simple. Good friends mean more than anything else. And if it wasn't for Jeff, I'll still be in a low state like I was just a few weeks ago. And it really was Jeff who helped me out tremendously.
Cool. Yeah. So other people is the answer.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Well, hi, look, we met yesterday. I'm Karan, and I noticed that you have like this energy. He basically asked almost a question I wanted to ask you, because I see you do like a bold, courageous moves, like meeting these fucking freaks that could kill you. And do you think like basically with the more people that you meet that are like-minded, that your energy grows and you can like expand, and that's why therefore the luck meets you? I mean, this is like no coincidence that you get all these rewards from what you're doing,
It gets daunting sometimes. It gets difficult. It gets overbearing, to be honest with you, because it's a huge responsibility that I never really asked for. It just kind of came in there. I always try to be very positive and very happy. I always try to make eye contact. I always try to smile no matter what. And those simple things, even physiologically, even change you and the chemicals in your brain and how your body interacts. Back to kind of your original question, it's difficult because some people, with the burden here, it's hard. Even just coming up on stage was kind of like nerve-wracking. It was kind of stressful, just being up here and having this responsibility to provide some kind of service to everyone. It's not easy. So it's yes and no. You could scream it like I do during press conferences. Well, the mic's off. I told him to scream. One thing that is an analogy that sticks to me is the kind of old meme story where you have 2 wolves inside of you, and you decide which wolf you're going to feed. You're either going to feed the negative wolf or you're going to feed the positive wolf, and it's a cycle. When you're stuck in a bad negative loop, you're not going to automatically be there by doing a meditation one day. You're going to have to continually keep doing it. You're going to continually have to do the gratitude journal. I've been doing the gratitude journal for 4 years, non-stop, every single day, writing down 5 things I'm grateful for. Because I know I was in those negative loops before. I know that the more positive I am, the harder it will be to bring me towards a bad state. So understand, you have 2 wolves. Decide which one you want to feed.
Yeah, right. That's why you use affirmation, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you.
Hi, Luke. This is a personal question.
Uh-oh.
We met for the 2nd time at the Bitcoin Miami conference. I know because we hugged and I felt an energy that I had felt once before. Did you feel that too?
Yeah. guys. That's a great way to end it. Thank you so much for your time. Eternally grateful for all of you amazing human beings. Love you.
Luke Rudkowski. All right, buddy. Thank you.
There was an idea
to bring together a group of remarkable people,
to see if we could become something more. So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
that they never could.
In time, the state will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that it's right, yet to fail all the same. Dread it. Run from it. Freedom still arrives.
Vacate the state. Engage all the speakers and get this man a microphone.
Fun isn't something that one considers when eradicating tyranny. But this does put a smile on my face.